Hi everyone, it's Sister Jenna from America Meditating Radio. I hope you've been enjoying Wiseish, which you can get live on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. But you can also get it on demand 24/7. It's going to be your power boost for the morning. It's your daily dose for the soul. It's just going to encourage you to make the day that much more valuable. So join us. Looking forward to seeing you.
We find our nation on a precipice, true tipping point. Is this the moment that will finally change our country?
Tryna rain on the thunder. Tell the storm I'm new. I'ma rain on this little love. Tell the sweet I'm new.
It's not a broken system. It was built to function exactly as it is.
We must respond with bold action.
This is our country, too. We can build new systems that do what they should.
I'm a walk, I'm a march on the regular.
We are united. We are standing.
Follow away.
And we are going to fight this fight.
Freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. I break chains all by myself.
There is something happening across this country.
When we work and when we fight and when we march and when we speak up and when we offer solutions, we win.
I'ma keep running cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
It's always the right time to celebrate women and black women in particular.
It is an opportunity to show the nation and the world that we will act. It has been an inspiration.
You have the choice, and it is that choice that gives you power.
Vote. Vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
That is what we need next. Action.
Love and gratitude, golden flower in bloom. Bring us peace tonight. Flow from me to you. Words of purest light, crystals in your gaze, to remind our hearts we open in your name. And when we start to fall, and when we lose the call, there's nothing more to do than call on you. Love and gratitude.
crystals in your gaze.
Everyone, welcome to your spiritual vaccine hour. I'm your host, Sister Jenna, and again, looking at just those memories of us being at the meditation museums together. It's so touching, wasn't it? For those of you who have been to our meditation museums, it's actually been like about 10 years they've been in existence, and I can't begin to tell you the countless numbers of lives that have been impacted and touched and inspired and uplifted. And even for us, we've been touched, we've been inspired, we've been uplifted. It's been fascinating. Anyway, so hope you're doing good, and that today you might have taken a time during the day to kind of think about, have you taken care of any little issues that are pending in your heart? One of the most intriguing things about life is that situations will happen to you and me, and we intellectually think we took care of it and that it wasn't really that important, or we might even say it's water under the bridge. But 5-10 years later, we hear a song or we see the person that was in my drama that impacted sorrow or trauma on me, and the same emotions come up again, and you wonder why. I had sorted this out. I had let it go. I had forgiven. I had released it, and yet these emotions are still coming back. So this particular time that we have with our company, with ourselves, it's a good time to really start to heal the heart and really look for those areas within the soul that there's still some space where love can flow through and really fill up. And today is about that. It's about healing the heart, and in the healing the heart, the soul. The heart is an organ, the soul is you, the being. But the reason why I think many of us do talk about the heart, it's because we connect the heart to life and to feelings. You would say, my heart feels afraid, or my heart feels such warmth, or my heart is racing, or my heart feels calm. Because you can physically sense that based on the beating of the heart, you have an idea of what kinds of thoughts you may be thinking. And so that's really important for us to investigate. So when I thought about the conversation for tonight, and I thought about the hurts that are sitting in me, I'm not able to really remember them. I could try to go back, but I do know that sometimes an event or circumstance emerges, and out of the blue, something happens. I'm like, oh, and it takes me right back to that place and time, and I begin to wonder, wait, what's going on? What's happening here? So it's a struggle of light and dark. The light's going to win, but the dark sure has a prevailing way of continuously really being an obstruction. So the energy of, ego and anger and hate continues to permeate our world and our vibrations. But there's hope. Today we celebrated Krishna Janmashtami, and what a wonderful time to really think about the emergence of virtues that are needed, and what makes almost 1 billion people in India and around the world, those who are Hindus, turn to this form of a baby that they consider to be a god. They go in front of that baby picture, that baby form of Krishna, Govinda, whatever other majority of names they've given this particular entity, and they are reminded of their virtues and their characteristics. But more than anything else, they're reminded of their purity. So today I just put together this really simple video, and I thought that you would like it as you join us to celebrate a little bit of the tail end of Krishna Janmashtami. Enjoy.
In a world of heavenly beauty, in a world of happiness and joy, the days are long, warm sunlight golden, calm nights are sweetened by the fragrance of jasmine. The sound of the peacocks in the mornings like melodious trumpets. The children of the sun.
All cultures offer something so precious and so special. And I just get tickled at the Indian culture and what speaks of its quality of a people when they make a child into a god. You know, we have other forms of God in different cultures, but I've often been touched by that idea. And that's perhaps one of the one of the main reasons why one of the common aspects that I've noticed in the culture of Hindus or in Indians is this kind of sense of innocence, this purity that just travels throughout the culture. Doesn't matter how educated, rich, or powerful, there's like a playfulness about them. And I guess if you're worshiping a baby and calling it God, you would emanate and bring in those vibrations and those values and those virtues would definitely start to come deep within you, especially if you're thinking God to be Krishna, Lord Krishna. So I hope you enjoyed that little video that I had put together this morning. Usually when I have some free time, I try to use that time in a good way. There are many reasons why we choose to do whatever we do. And there are two particular factors that I've observed. You feel that time is essential for you. It's essential, rather. So every second matters. And then there are the vibrations that are coming from your past, which really wants to take everything from you. So you could have time on your hands, but the way you use it, it isn't strengthening your mind, it isn't strengthening your body, it's not strengthening the environment, and it's not strengthening relationships. So that energy comes towards destruction, or that's where our obstacles come, that's where the breaking down of relationships emerge, and we start to feel like there's just hurt. We're traveling with hurt everywhere we go. And if we keep feeling that it's you who are my problem, or sometimes we walk around and we blame people so much for the things that we think they are doing to us, and we never think about the vibration that we might be carrying to attract that reality. And I feel that's a really important thing for us to start to identify during this particular period. What is my soul attracting? You know, and why do I hold on to past experiences that were not very joyful? What am I so attached to that I can't let go of my past? Where is my spirit of innocence? Where's my power of purity? Yesterday, I mentioned to you about making some aloo, some potato, and as I was flipping the potatoes in the pan, there are 2 drops, just 2 little drops of oil. It fell on my hand, and they burned. You know, it's just 2 little tiny drops. And when I would put the sanitizer on my hand, it would burn. When I would wash my hand, it would burn. And it was this morning, for the first time, I kind of looked at it and I remembered something I said from yesterday. And I said, the soul is a master almighty authority. Why is it feeling the burn on these two areas of my hand? Two tiny spots. Am I the soul so attached to this body that these two tiny little specks, I could feel them? So it made me think, what makes me incapable of forgiving? What is it that makes me hold resentment towards someone that did something or didn't do something for me in the past? What is it that makes me not comfortable to be the real me because I'm still holding on to the energy of hurt and pain and suffering from a past experience? It's the attachment. And I invite you to really take a moment and pause and think about it. What is it that makes us focus on an experience or an event, and we relive it, whether consciously or unconsciously, over and over and over and over again? And in doing so, we will even point the finger at someone to blame for the experience. Another story I shared yesterday. I went to get the RV repaired for the generator at Ace RV, best people in the world, in Herndon, Virginia. And the only reason why the generator wasn't starting, and it's a new generator, and we're cranking it, and it won't start, the LP gas wasn't turned on. And because the LP gas wasn't turned on, the generator wouldn't turn on. Here's what I'm trying to say. If you and I are walking around with a hurt in the heart, how much of our lives aren't really turned on and activated? How much of life are we really living? If there's still some deep bruises and pains, disappointments, expectations that's sitting in the soul. So let's bring back the spirit of our innocence. And let's see if we can somehow develop the strength, the inner strength, to let go of these experiences that we're still holding on to in the form of a thought, an attitude, a vibration. What if just right now at this moment, I just choose to forgive myself for putting myself in such a position? What if I choose to forgive myself for creating an energy in my life that would create that moment that I would feel so hurt over? And what if I chose to accept that person had to do what they needed to do, say what they needed to say, be what they needed to be, and none of us could have stopped it? It was written in their script to do so. What if? So let's bring back our spirit of innocence, take a deep breath, and let's go into a meditation, and let's feel our spirit of innocence.
Breathing evenly and naturally, I turn my awareness inward. I find a silent space within, and I feel my own presence. I feel the pure energy of my own essence. Just me. And for a few moments, untouched by the outside world, I am a pure, silent being. There is no one quite like me. I appreciate the special feeling that is me. And I appreciate my journey through life that has led me to the present. I especially remember my early years, my spirit of innocence, my pure vision and trust, my natural spontaneity. And I recall my growth to adulthood. I recognize how my innocent spirit became overlaid by many fears, doubts, worries and troubles. But now, resting in the silent stillness of my being, I remember who I am. I go beneath the layers of fear and doubt, and I view myself and the world with innocence. I create an image in my mind that expresses my innocence. Using my imagination, I take my innocent spirit to a special place in nature. A place I have been before, or a special place that I will now create in my mind. Perhaps a hidden valley full of wildflowers. Or a serene, peaceful place by the sea. I focus on the details of my special place. I notice the shapes, the colors, the fragrances. And with a childlike innocence, my spirit begins to dance my spirit dances naturally and joyfully, inspired by the beauty of my special place. My dancing spirit expresses my pure innocence and self-acceptance. Innocence moves me, and I dance freely. Feet gliding over the soft earth, a gentle breeze caressing my face and hair. My dancing spirit returns to stillness. And my eyes drink in the beauty of my special place. I absorb the peace and beauty of this place. It is my peace, my beauty. It is me. My spirit has once again awakened to its innocence.
So when we look at that spirit of innocence, we have to look deep down. It's there. It lives in us, and that's why we have a conscience. If there wasn't the spirit of innocence, we wouldn't have a conscience. We wouldn't care what choices we make. We wouldn't care how many lives we impact in terms of hurting them. We wouldn't care how much we steal from governments or from companies or people, not thinking about the repercussions that it would have on the lives of other people. There's a saying that people who are hurt just hurt people. And so the choices people who are hurt doesn't necessarily have to be the way I look at you or roll my eye, or the way that I speak in a very loud tone without virtues towards you. Sometimes hurt is so generational, you might not think you are hurt, but let's just say, for example, when you take advantage of your government, just going to give you an example that you wouldn't even think is connected to hurt. But let's say you take advantage of the government and you know how to play the system, and you don't have to pay taxes, or let's say you know how to get money through the system in a way that maybe you don't really deserve it, you don't need it, but you know how to get it. Let's say that you know ways of laundering your monies that's coming in different ways. There must be a ripple effect of that imbalance of the universal laws. And the question is, who else does that hurt? Who else does that impact? You don't have to accept hurt just on a very personal level, that your husband or your wife cheats on you, or your child doesn't listen to you, or a supervisor has it in for you in the workplace, or your girlfriend, is jealous of you. It doesn't have to be that, even that kind of a petty hurt that you and I can carry in our hearts for decades, literally for decades. But hurt also filters through systems. Look at what's happening with African Americans with incarceration. Look what's happening to women's rights in terms of their equality in the workplace. Look at what's happening everywhere around the world. That someone who makes a law from a place of hurt, and hurt could mean I feel inferior to this group of people. Hurt is also in the form of I feel threatened by a group of people. Hurt can also come in the form of just feeling that I know I don't have the capacity to do it on my own. So I can put down as many people to make it hard for them to not get to certain places in life. And I can reign superior. It's a hurt mentality. You might not believe it, but it is. Because someone who isn't hurt and who has empathy and compassion and wisdom and an intelligence and love will only do things and make choices that will help everyone around them, including themselves. So if you're not hurt, you're not going to want to make a decision that hurt people. I mean, I will think 10 times before I make a decision. If I think it's going to hurt someone, I won't want to do it. Because I know what hurt feels like. I don't want to keep reliving that experience. And I don't want the return of that karma back at me. There's a saying, karma has your address. I hate that one, but it's true. It has our address. So I want you to kind of step up a little bit higher, not just hurt on that personal level, but how are we also hurting generations behind us? Systems that get shaped over time, where we just inherit it in each generation, not knowing there's a flaw here. There's a flaw here. And at what point do we actually begin to bring love into our policies, into our systems, into our families, into our communities, systems, states, countries, universe, nature, to bring that harmony and everything back in order? We need love. We need to bring the energy of love back into our lives. We need to know what it feels like. What is it? I've been asking this question over and over again. What is it that love wants me to do? My next meditation is all about being love. And I want us to really go into that experience, because how am I really going to heal hurt, which is a loveless experience, coming from a state of attachment? Love. I drink water, it comes out. I eat food, it comes out. Why can't I let the hurt out of my heart? What am I not doing right? I'm not pouring in love. So let's pour in some love right now with this meditation and really, really let it go in deep inside of ourselves and flow through our systems.
I allow my mind to settle into silence. And peace. In this moment, I put aside any unwanted thoughts, and I focus my attention on the heart of my being. My heart is my silent, secret place where I can feel life deeply as it is. In my heart, I know intuitively what I want from life and what I have to do to find it. In my heart, I know myself as a loving being. Sure and kind. Gentle and accepting. But many times I have opened my heart in the wrong way. I have opened my heart to love, but put too many expectations and conditions on that love. I demanded a return for my love. And when I didn't receive it, I closed my heart and locked myself away. Yet the love in my heart is always there, hidden and waiting. Like a tiny rosebud, waiting for the right time to bloom into a beautiful flowering rose. What do I need for my love to emerge? Only to know that I am already a being of love. I let go of the illusion that I have to draw love into my heart from outside myself. As I sit here, as I breathe, as I exist, I feel pure love in my heart. A love untouched by time, space, and conditions. It is as though I am breathing in the fragrance and beauty of a perfect rose. And I hold this loving feeling gently within myself. within this love and beauty, I feel a deep acceptance of myself. My fears and uncertainties dissolve. I become sure of myself in the drama of life, sure of my strengths, sure of my opportunities and creativity, and sure of my ability to overcome obstacles. My heart is strong and able to hold on to love. And as I give love and become loving, first towards myself and then towards others, as I become loving, I attract love to myself. I become like the fragrant rose, and I draw the love of others as they come to appreciate my loving openness and beauty. I open my heart completely to love. I cast out doubt and fear. I am a being of love, and I give my love freely and openly. My heart and the rose are one. Offering my gentle fragrance without conditions or expectations. I am whole. I am complete. My heart is healed.
So does anyone have any thoughts they'd like to share online? Any questions? Is everyone feeling an element of healing taking place? Sometimes we take everything so personally, and things are, in one way, we are the most important entity that exists. And in another way, we're not. We're not in terms of when we think of the bigger picture. There is more. But when we start to reduce our lives and make it really, really small, and begin to feel like, the victim all the time, or we begin to feel like life is not just, things aren't right, this isn't fair. Again, it's the attachment, and it's still quite small. And we're not healing the issue, we're feeding the issue instead of healing it. So that's what I love about meditation, it'll take you into places that you need to go to see where the healing can occur. So, Marissa, I'm glad that you like these meditations. Me too. So they were beautiful. I love it. Karma knows my address. Louise, that was really beneficial. Glad that you found benefit in that. Susanna, Om Shanti, and Julie, Hadia, nice to have you. Kailash, Asmita, happy Janamashmi to you. Yasvi, Om Shanti. Aditi, Om Shanti. Samantha, good evening. And Zora, Nita, lovely to have you. We're going to play Shreya's sharing again at the end of the show today. Induben, Tina, Nagashri, Wendy, and so many of you, thank you for joining us tonight, because we're reaching this particular period, that these little things, these little issues that are still pending, you have to now keep checking, because we're not supposed to get accustomed to being hurt. And if my switch isn't on, how am I actually living? Because if my switch of consciousness is off, then I'm in that hurt mode. But when it's on, there's so much love and wisdom flowing through me. You can do or say anything to me, okay, Om Shanti. Life goes on, So please, look out for yourself and pay attention to these intimate, smaller areas in your life, and try to see what areas still say, I need more love here. I need more love there. So listen, Nita's daughter Shreya, she's about 2, and apparently she's been watching Spiritual Vaccine, and she's been mimicking SisterJenna. So I wanted to show that to you all before we close off. It's just going to be sweet. And again, the spirit of innocence says, I am not hurt and I'm not going to hurt you. And so it was just such a delight, and I thought it would put a big smile on our face. So here's Shreya as she imitates and teases SisterJenna. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm SisterJenna. We are gonna be the best. Hello. Om Shanti. You guys come hold them and take a always puts her hands like this on her lap.
Who?
SisterJenna always puts her hands on her lap like this.
And who are you right now?
SisterJenna.
SisterJenna. Okay.
Bye. My name is 555. Next and